the end of the Second World War, when we built all of these liberal institutions, people knew what it was like to experience a world war, to experience the idea that your son wouldn't come home, or that your entire family was murdered. And I think we've just been coasting for a really long time on things getting a little bit worse, but for most people, still extremely tolerable. And so I think when I talk to people, and this is true on both sides of the political aisle, there is a kind of great deal of complacency about how bad the world can get and how bad it still is in lots of places. Something I think about a lot is the fact that Michael Lewis wrote, I think in The Fifth Risk, about these awards they had for civil servants, who'd done really great bureaucratic things, or they'd come up with great initiatives. And he found that a hugely disproportionate number of them were from first, I think, and second generation immigrants. And I wonder if some of that, this is what I cling to as Trump passes ever more kind of crazy executive orders, is that when things do get bad, that's the necessary mechanism for people to react against it. And what has happened at the moment is that people have had things a little bit bad, but not actually that bad. And therefore when I talk to people, I talked to a young woman who was very interesting in Pennsylvania. And I asked her she was a Trump supporter, and I asked her about January the 6th. And she said, well, if he didn't respect democracy, why is he running for president? And I thought that was a really great and insightful thing to say, because from her point of view, there was nothing that I could say that would counteract that. He was paying deference to the electoral system by participating in it. And I thought, you know what, we're right. She believes that if he was a maniac, the Republican Party would have stopped him. And the Republican Party didn't stop him. And that's the failure there. But it's not, she doesn't have a bad understanding of politics. It's just that politics has let her down in some profound way.
Yeah, I think complacency is part of it, although when you look at the real the extremity of the problem, I don't know that the complacency covers the nature of the error. I mean, so I wouldn't think of the January 6th rioters as especially complacent.